Working on a 1992 F150 with a 4.9 liter inline six, and the check engine light was on when I bought this truck. I bought it, brought it home. I've been doing a lot of work to it. Check my other videos if you're curious about other things such as fuel pump replacement, oil pan gasket replacement. I don't know, I did a couple other videos on it, I think. Anyhow, ball joints, did that one too, so check my other videos for that. So it had the check engine light on it. And if you're up under the hood here, these things don't have an OBD2 port, so you just can't plug them in at AutoZone and get the codes off. This connector here, you unplug this. Let's see if I can do it one hand without breaking the thing. Well, nope, ripped it off the firewall or sidewall. So anyhow, these two plugs pull out of there. This is just a holder. That's all that does. That holds it to the inner fender there. Those two plugs pull out of there, and you jumper a wire across the two ports on those two connectors. And I'm going to insert a picture right here of how to jumper and which ports. So you jumper those two wires, then you come in the truck, you turn your key to the on position. Don't start the truck, but just turn the key to the on position. And you're going to count the flashes on your check engine light. Now there are other videos on YouTube that will show you how to do this also, but essentially when you turn the ignition on, start counting flashes, and it's going to flash a 3-digit sequence. It's going to do that twice, then it's going to flash one single time with a pause, and then it's going to flash 3-digit sequences. And when you first turn it on, those first 3 digits that you count, it's gonna do it twice. Those are the active codes. So like this one had one code. I think it was 144 or 114. So anyhow, I counted those flashes. You know, 1, and then it'd flash blink, 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 blink. Okay, 4, blink, 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 4. Okay, then it did blink, 1, blink, 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 blink. 4, blink, 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 4, okay, 144, then blink one time, then there's a pause, then it goes into old codes. So I wasn't real worried about the old codes, but that 144 or 114, I can't remember. It comes up, when I Google that number then, it comes up air intake temperature sensor, or an issue with the air intake temperature sensor is a possibility. So, and those are sort of notorious on this truck. So anyhow, it was something to do with the air intake. So the temperature sensor, pretty easy to check, clean. I want to show you where that lives, that sensor. Now we're under the hood here. Here's a fan shroud. Here's the alternator housing. Directly behind it, can you see that white thing? Okay, mine is snapped. Mine was broken, but the electrical connections were still made. So I took mine out and cleaned it, and it was disgusting grungy. Cleaned it with some brake parts cleaner and a soft toothbrush. Put it back in. Again, my connections were, the plastic is broken, but the electrical connections were able to be made. I ran the truck and the code went away. So that was my issue. I just needed to clean it. Unfortunately, like I said, it was snapped. Here's what the new one looks like. I ordered this one. Just came in a couple days ago, so I'm going to go ahead and install it. You can see, it's brass and plastic, and for whatever reason it cracked off there just above the brass. It was 31 years old, something like that, so that could be the original one. Now, what can cause these things to be an issue, what I've heard they're notorious for, is when guys use K&N filters, notice the sticker, that the oil, when they're recharging their filters, that oil is gumming up these air intake temperature sensors on the intake manifold. So this thing does not have a K&N in it right now, but at one time it looks like it did. So that would explain why it was so disgusting, grungy, nasty. So anyhow, that's where it's at. They're not hard to get out, or this one wasn't. It wasn't hard to get out at all. Kind of peel these heater hoses back a little bit, and then you can reach a socket on there. So I'm going to use a 1-inch deep well socket with a couple extensions on my 1/2-inch ratchet. I'm going to reach right down there, unthread the old one, and I'll show you what that looks like. Well, reach right down in there, didn't take 30 seconds, and unthreaded this one out. You can see that's the end that was broke off. And luckily, when I was prying this out, I realized that the end of my harness clip snapped, so that's great. I'm going to go ahead and wrap a little bit of Teflon tape on the threads on this one, and we'll go ahead and set it down in there. Heater hose is sort of pulled up and out of the way so we can get a sort of a straight shot down there on it. And again, there's the setup. It's pretty well straight shot right down on it. Okay, gently so as not to break it again. Now again, you can see where I broke the tab off this clip, but we're going to go with it. Let's see, that's the square end. Okay, then we're going to peel our heater hoses back over where they were. We should be good to go. Make sure that check engine light ain't on again. Alright, I don't see no lights. We're in good shape. Now, how I did clear that check engine light, you know, when I cleaned that sensor, I cleaned it and I cleared the light by disconnecting the battery. I disconnected it for, I don't know, I was doing some other stuff out here. I think I left it unhooked for 30 minutes. Hooked it back up with that clean sensor. I ran it up and down the road a couple of times, and check engine light has not come back on. So I think we're in good shape here. I hope I helped you with this one, guys. If I did, click that thumbs up button. You want to see more videos of me working on this truck or other stuff, click the subscribe button. Till the next time, keep on tinkering.